Hey, what's going on, guys? This is Mike Kollin at MikeKollin.com. So this video is going to be about there's 4 words that if a woman says, she's about to play you. Now, don't think of it in terms of like the very next day or within an hour. It's not quite like that. It's over a period of time. But don't let it be too much time. If you start hearing these words, it's time to walk. And I mean, just leave, because she's going to hurt you. By the way, they're all 4-letter words. Even if they're not 4-letter words, they're like the worst words that you'll ever hear from a woman. Ever. Are you ready? Do you think you can handle this? You can't handle the truth. Okay, I think you can handle this, though. Okay, my quick message. Number 1, we have a sale going on. My one-on-one coaching, energy healing, emotional healing, narcissist abuse healing, etc., etc. If you want one-on-one coaching right now, especially for my internal awareness, which is self-awareness techniques that I teach you that drop you into your power, this is what gets you to connect to your power. So normally I charge $250 per session. And by the way, guys, when you take the Cracked Female Code course, that's $500 per session, because those sessions end up being about 4 hours, 3.5 to 4 hours, okay? So right now I'm doing an hour-and-a-half session for $79. If it goes over a little bit, 15, 20, 30 minutes, don't worry about it. And by the way, set extra time aside. Do not fit it in perfectly into the schedule. Leave some extra lead time just in case. I don't mind going over, and I don't charge extra. Call me at this number, 415-235-2512, and we will set up an appointment. Okay, all my books are on sale. Use the code, one word, return to power. That's 40% off if you get any of my dating relationship coaching books for men or women. Return to power. Finally, the last piece, the men's 5 to 6 day training course, Cracked Female Code, is having a major discount. It's a Christmas discount. The only caveat is you have to make a down payment between now and the 31st, and then you have to sign up for the course between now and the second week, the 15th of February. Okay, so you got a little bit more than 6 weeks to fit it, probably almost 7 and a little bit more weeks than that. It's a little over 7 weeks to fit it in to take the course. All right, let's get rocking. Okay, here are the 4 4-letter words, even if they're not actually 4 letters. If a woman does any of these things, I lose interest immediately and I leave. Now, here's one of the benefits that I learned. Here's the funny thing. Women, mothers and grandmothers, aunties, etc., they tell their daughters, and even older sisters will say, hey, don't marry the first guy you meet. Don't fall in love. Date around to find out who works, like what personality works with you and what doesn't. Men should be taught this. Let me tell you something. I always had serious long-term relationships when I was young. High school girlfriend for 4, and then I got into an 8-year relationship, etc., etc. Then I started to date around, and I started realizing, like, I don't get along with this type of person. Like, why do I date people like this? And then I started realizing, like, oh, I get it now. Now, I started realizing what works with me, what I like, what I'm attracted to, what I'm not. Whereas before, I just wanted someone to love me, and I was, just wanted to get into a relationship. Well, I started realizing what works and what doesn't. Now, there's a secondary benefit to dating other people. You start to pick up on the games. You start to see things and hear things be repeated, and you see the end result like, oh man, she played me, or, that was a setup or whatever. Another thing you start to realize is you start seeing people that are psychologically messed up. And I don't mean this in a bad way or a mean way, but you start realizing, here's the deal. If someone is psychologically messed up, like let's take an avoidant. Now I'm going to tell you one thing you guys need to learn about. You need to watch videos on avoidance and narcissists. Narcissists hurt you and damage you on purpose. Avoidants do it to protect themselves, and they generally run away, whereas narcissists want to hold on to you and punish you. So avoidants don't hurt them. They actually aren't doing it on purpose. They're using tactics to defend themselves, but there's nothing to defend. Yeah, but in their mind, they're scared because they've been hurt a lot. The problem with avoidance, as much as you want to love them, they will hurt you, and it will hurt almost as bad as when you deal with a narcissist. Now, if you've never been entangled with a narcissist, it can destroy your entire life. In avoidant, it will hurt really, really bad for about 6 months or longer. I mean, it could be 2 years. It really hurts. Now, the thing is, it's not necessarily because they attacked you, because they don't attack you. It's because they left you. And that's what avoidants do. They get close to you, and when they get close emotionally, they get scared and they run. And it hurts. And they don't explain why, they don't tell you why, etc. I do not recommend that you get into a relationship with an avoidant. If you do, get out immediately. They need to seek therapy. The good news about avoidance is they can get help. The problem is they avoid any kind of emotional, intimate, personal issues because it scares them, it hurts. So it's kind of a hard deal. All right, here they are. So if a woman does any of these things, I lose interest immediately and leave. So here's number 1. If a woman is telling you, this is especially if you're like in the first 3 to 6 months of dating her, especially the first 3 months. If she's like, oh, I'm busy. Oh, I don't know. I'm busy and blah, blah, blah. They're using this to essentially test you. There's testing to see if you have patience, if you're willing to be patient for them. It's kind of a control thing. So it's almost like you're being submissive, saying, oh, okay, well, I'll wait for you. Now, here's the thing with me. I'm an extremely intuitive person. That's what internal awareness does to you. These internal, emotionally grounding techniques. They tune you into your 5 senses. They make you what women call self-aware. And women love self-aware men. They respect men that are self-aware. Men that are not self-aware, you're oblivious. And women do not respect you. And those are the ones they're going to play games with because they don't respect you. They're looking at you like, wow, you're just completely blinding yourself to reality. How can I respect that? And the reason why men do it is because, guys, we're afraid of reality. Women are the ones who face reality. Now, secondly, the reason why they do this to guys like that is because they can. You're oblivious. Here's the worst part. This is probably number 3. Men that are coming from their ego, they're arrogant, they're egotistical, and they don't even see what's going on. Like, oh yeah, well, I'm not. And they do all this arrogant, egotistical, and women can hear it and they look at you and they're like, oh, okay, well, I guess someone needs to learn a lesson then. Because it's like you're being so rude and disrespectful and you don't even realize it. And they're looking at you like, what's wrong with this guy? The worst part is you won't even listen because you can't when you're stuck in your ego. You have to pop out of it. That's what my course does. I am telling you, when you learn how to do this, women will respect you. They will look at you differently and they will treat you differently. It's a much better world to be in. So here's the deal. You can, or at least I can get a vibe. I can literally feel when, oh, there's a negative and or toxic, like negative energy, dark energy behind when they say certain things. It's not the word itself, it's the energy behind the word that you feel. And that's why it's important to tune into your feelings, to feel what they're saying. I'm telling you, when a woman senses that you're feeling the actual energy behind the words, it's gonna blow her fucking mind. She's gonna be like, holy shit, I got one. And now she's gonna hold on to you. Okay, back to the lesson. So when a woman says this, I'm busy, right? You can get a feeling of, oh, she's just testing me, or oh, she's starting to play games. You can sense it versus, shit, I've got 2 jobs. I'm going to college. Like I used to have 2 part-time jobs and I went to college full-time. I literally was busy. Now here's the difference. Let's say she calls you a week later. Well, if somebody likes you, they can text you. If somebody likes you, they can do a 5-minute phone call at lunch. They can do a 5-minute phone call after work or before they go to bed, no matter how busy they are. So let's say she doesn't call you back for 3 to 5 days. I am fucking telling you, unless she literally has some top secret job, military, works for Washington, D.C. or something like that, I am telling you, blow her off, be done with her. If she wants to call you and set up a date, okay, fine. But don't put effort into it at this point. Make sure she's following through. See, next she cancels the date or she doesn't show up. If a woman does that, be done with her. Another thing, let's say it's 5 days later and she wants to go out, okay? Number 1, if someone really likes you, they will contact you in less than 5 days. In some way, they'll probably contact you 2 or 3 or 4 times, at least twice within that period of time. Now, let's say she says, oh yeah, I went out with my friend Sandy last night. We went out to a club, or we went out to a bar and we talked for a while. Well, I'm telling you right now, she's not that interested. at all. So if a woman says, I'm busy, that is, let's just call it, I'm going to use the word red flag, but I don't want to say just because a woman says it, she might actually be busy. But that's definitely, if she uses it more than once, maybe 2 or 3 times, at this point you need to start paying attention. So let's say she ended up saying, oh, I just watched a TV show Saturday, I stayed home all day, and you're thinking, well, I couldn't come over and hang out with you, like, watch TV with you, stuff like that. Or, oh, I went out with my girlfriends, we went and got some donuts, and then we hung out and talked for 3 or 4 hours, and then I decided to go watch a movie by myself. And you're like, what? Like, she's clearly telling you, like, look, dude, yeah, you're not the one, but when I'm bored, I'll give you a call. Now, here's the deal. I pick up on stuff really fast because during our NLP trainings, they taught us something. Number one, you need to listen for the intention behind the words. Words are just words. It depends on their emotions, feelings, and what are they really trying to say? What is the energy behind it? You can feel it. You can hear the words coming out, but okay, what are they trying to say? What's their purpose behind the words? The words are coming at me, but what is the picture they're trying to show me? Again, everything that I'm teaching in these videos, when you take the course, the Cracked Female Code course, we will put it all together, and you'll be blown away at how good you are at doing something that you didn't even know existed. So when a woman says, I'm busy, and she says this consistently, that's probably the word I should use. So if she's used this 3, 4, 5 times, it's not about time. It's about a screening process. She's trying to basically see how much she can control you. She's trying to see how much effort you're willing to put into it. Okay, I'm willing to be patient to see her, so I'm not going to date other girls. I'm going to wait. I'm going to be alone. She's seeing if you're willing to do this for her. She's also seeing how much effort you're willing to put into it when you do see her. And that is where you're going wrong. Okay, here's how I deal with women in the beginning. I date casually for the first few weeks, something like that, maybe a month, maybe 2 months. When I start to think, okay, I like this girl, okay? If she's not making me a priority at this point, I'm done. I mean, it's really fast. Look, if somebody likes you, they're going to want to be with you. Period. End of sentence. That's it. There is no other test or, well, how do I know, Mike? Because they're going to call you. They're going to want to talk to you all night long. They're going to text you. They're going to say, hey, can I see you tonight? Can I see you tomorrow? What are you doing on the weekend? They're going to want, the keyword want, to be with you. That's a good 4-letter word. But if they're constantly blowing you off saying, oh, I'm busy this weekend, oh, I'm busy, I'm going out with my friends, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I am telling you right now, you are low on that fucking totem pole. In fact, I'm going to tell you what you are. You're the 3rd, 4th, maybe 5th guy that she has in rotation that she's dating. When she doesn't have a better offer, or when she's in the mood, well, she'll contact you. If a woman uses busy a lot in the beginning of a relationship, it is absolutely time to move on. Like for me, it's about 2 or 3 times. And if they're not, essentially, if they don't have actual reasons and it's some bullshit thing that you find out later, that's when it's time to leave. That's when like, oh, so you're busy. So you just went out with your buddy or some other dude, or you hung out with your cat and watched fucking movie. Okay, I get it. I understand. All right. Have a good day. Bye. Now here's the deal, she's actually conditioning you to basically be submissive to her. So here's how you deal with that when you realize this is happening. You don't say anything, you just stop showing up. She texts you, you don't respond back. She calls you, you don't answer. You just move on with your life. This will create the same condition in her that she was trying to create in you, except you didn't start this game, you're just walking away. So here's what happens. She suddenly realizes she can't control the narrative, and that's exactly what she's trying to do. She's trying to peg you in a hole and be like, okay, be a good boy. Here you are. Stay in your place. And when I need you or want you, I'll come get you. So when you're like, no, I'm not playing this game. This isn't the way I get treated. All of a sudden she realizes like, oh, I can't control the narrative. Now she's suddenly going to clear up her calendar. She's going to be more interested in you, etc., etc. Now me personally, if I have to, do this, play this game, I lose interest because I've been around, I've seen it so many times. It's like, I find that people that are like this, they tend to continue playing games like this. Now, when you do pull away, don't talk. Do not explain yourself. Don't say a fucking word. Just be like, I'm not interested. I'm not feeling it. You don't have to explain why. She knows. Do it calm, cool, and collective. If you lose your shit and you get mad and get emotional, she's going to lose interest. This is one of the tests. It shows that you're a desperate man and she was the only one. Whereas, here's the thing, women are actually attracted to men who have options when it comes to dating and relationships. Now, here's the deal. If you do this early on, she'll actually start competing for you. Now, here's how you handle that. If she sets a date, she calls you up, she wants to see you, she wants to be with you, fine. At the same time, you're going to kind of be pulled back, reserved, have a wider, literally physically wider perspective in watching her and being aware and paying attention to what she's saying, how she's saying. If she's not treating you right, be like, yeah, this isn't going to work. See, a man with abundance, women can tell a man who has women. They can tell by your reaction, and that's why you don't lose your shit. Because legitimately, if you had 10 women, like literally, like me, I go to the grocery store. These 3 or 4 girls are doing everything they can to get me to ask them out. I go to this place over here. All the women there want to talk to me. I go over here. It is obvious. So when this one girl, this one person is trying to play games, I'm just like, it's a massive turnoff. And when they see that, they're like, oh, okay, this is different. Now, it's not an ego game. You're not playing games. Okay, think of it like this. Let's say you legitimately made $100,000 a month. And you made over $1.2 million a year, and somebody offers you a job for $15 an hour. Let's say they say, I'll bump it up to $21 an hour. You would look at them like, I'm not interested. I'm sorry. You wouldn't necessarily get mad or hurt. See, that's it right there. You wouldn't get hurt emotionally if they took it away. You'd be like, yeah, I don't really care. I'm not interested. Oh, well, I'm going to take it away. Fine, go ahead. I don't give a shit. It's not an ego stroke. In other words, that's a good thing right there. So let's say they said, oh, well, screw it. I don't want to offer this to you. Like, okay. You wouldn't get mad. You wouldn't get hurt emotionally is what I'm trying to say. Now, let's say you've got a job where you're making $8.90 an hour, and someone comes along and offers you a $15 an hour job. So it says, hey, I'll give it to you for $21 an hour. And then you show up on the job, and then they say, well, I can't do that. I'm gonna have to drop it down to $9 an hour. You would be fucking pissed. Do you see the difference? It's the same thing with women. You wouldn't care. And if you didn't have any, then you would care. And that's how she is. What's the word I'm looking for? That's how she's calibrating to your reaction. Because if you have an abundance of women, you're not going to care. But if you don't, you will. And she'll see it. Okay, number 2, maybe. This is another 4-letter word. But Mike, it's only 5. I know, guys, I'm trying to be funny, but I'm also trying to say these are basically 4-letter words. Fuck that. So here's the deal. When a woman says maybe to you, and I'm not joking, she is literally putting you on hold. It's like she's waiting to see if she's going to get a better offer from someone else, like someone has more money. And I don't mean like find a better guy, but she's trying to see if one of the other guys in her rotation is going to take her out to a nicer dinner, more expensive dinner, or something special, or you know what I mean? Like something like that. And the other part is she's also trying to see, okay, number 1, am I going to get a better offer? Number 2, are they actually going to follow through? So I want to wait till we get closer to the time of the date to make sure it's going to go through versus, you know what I mean? Like canceling you and then all of a sudden this thing falling through over here. Now they don't have a date for Friday night. Fuck maybe. You know, when women say shit like this to me, I'll be like, oh, hey, you know what? I gotta go. All right, bye. I literally just hang up the fucking phone. Now, I don't say anything about it. And they're like, well, why do you have to go all of a sudden? I don't even get all, I gotta go. It's like, oh, really? Oh, hey, you know what? Hey, I gotta go. I gotta go do something. Boom. I literally hang up the phone. And if she calls back, I don't answer. I won't answer for the rest of the day. Now, here's the deal. I'm not the one playing the games. They are there. It's like they're treating you like you're fucking like like loaves of bread on a grocery store shelf, and they're putting you up on the shelf saying, well, I'll come back and get you when I need you. Like, no, fuck that. This is why these are 4-letter words, because fuck, 4-letter word, that. She's literally trying to see if you're going to wait for her and be accessible without any kind of direction, any kind of, here's what we're going to do. It's just put yourself on hold and just stay home and wait for me to contact you for 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 days. No. Most of my clients come to me and they say, I want more power, like the Schwarzenegger. Here's the thing, I really do give you a lot more power. Here's something you need to know. Avoidance will tell you, oh, I don't like to argue. Now, this is very true of avoidance. It's also a really, really wonderful get out of jail card. So if I fuck you over, if I set up a date and I just don't show up, I don't even text you, I don't even call you, and you end up going to the coffee shop or the dinner house or movie theater, and I just happen to not show up, I don't want to talk about it. It is like a get out of jail free card to do whatever the fuck they want to do, leave you hanging, etc., etc. So that do not say, just no, don't do. Say if a woman says, hey, I don't like to argue. Now here's the thing, I don't like to argue, but I do like to sit down and talk. Like, hey, what happened? Like, you set up a date with me and you never showed up. You didn't even call me. Now here's the deal: if someone actually does that, unless they got in a car accident, broke their back and leg and their teeth, and they're in the hospital, I'm never going to see them anyway, so it really wouldn't matter. Because even if you break your leg and you have to get hauled away by an ambulance, you could still call someone. You get what I'm saying? So you ask her out and she goes, maybe. She's literally seeing if your self-respect will bend. She's trying to see if you're going to be like, oh, okay, well, okay, I'll wait then. Like, no, you're not respecting yourself when you do that. Be like, oh, okay. Like, literally, if you do that and she's, well, maybe. It's like, oh, okay, well, hey, I tell you what, I got to go. Just get out of there. One of the healthiest things you can do is if you break up from someone you've been in a relationship for any length of time, say 6 months, a year, 4 years, 5 years, you're supposed to be single for half the time you're with them. So I was in an 8-year relationship and I was with this energy healer. Seeing her, she's like, well, then that means you got to be single for 4 years. No dates, no coffee dates, no hanging out with women, nothing. I was like, fuck that, I can't do that. She was okay, 3 years. I'm like, no fucking way. She was okay, Michael, then 2 years. I'm like, there's no fucking way. And so I didn't do it, and I ended up dating right away. And son of a bitch, that girl ended up going back to her ex-boyfriend, and oh my God, it hurt like a motherfucker. She goes, see, this is what I was telling you. You need to heal up. You need to clean up all the stuff from your ex-girlfriend. This is why you've got to be. She goes, I tell you what, do it for 1 year. So I was so hurt. I was like, fuck this. And I was like, I'll do it. And I did it. It was the best thing I ever did in my life. Best thing I ever did. Just to be single, no dates, no flirting, nothing for a year. Here's why. Because you learn to be with yourself. You learn to have fun with yourself. You learn to go to coffee shops with yourself. In other words, you don't need her. You don't need a woman. You don't need anyone to rely on. And I'm telling you what, this gives you the power to keep people from jerking you around because you don't need them for these things. Now that you don't need it, the minute you feel someone jerking around, like, fuck that. I don't need to be with you. I can go home and fucking watch a movie by myself. There is a power in this. So when a woman says maybe, a lot of guys think that, waiting for a woman is showing niceness or politeness or being kind. You also think it's showing her that you like her enough to do this for her. No, it's not. Waiting, it shows weakness, and she does not respect that. So here's the deal. The way you treat maybe is you treat it as a no. And then you just get up and walk away or go home or hang up the phone or whatever. So when she realizes she's going to lose you or she has to commit to you, you get your power back. And that's the point. Okay, here's the next one. Friend. This is your enemy. This is not your friend. Odds are you actually caused this to happen, but that's another story. So here's the deal. Women categorize men. You're either dominant, you're a provider, you're a support, or you're a friend. You don't want to be any of them other than the dominant one. You want to be the one that she's attracted to, primal. Here's the problem. Now, in my course, I teach you how to be I don't want to use the word primal because most men go up into their ego. That's not what we do. Primal is when you fall into your five senses. You're smelling, you're hearing, you're tasting, you're feeling, you're the vibe, okay? When you're in that part of your system, it turns her on sexually. This is one of the core pieces that I teach men how to do, and it becomes very, very easy and very natural the more you do it. So this is, see, a lot of guys like, why are women always trying to talk to you? Why are they so drawn to you? It's because I'm in a different part of my system than most men. Most men are in their logical system, which is not NOT. It is not the primal system. It's one of the newer systems. So the categories are dominant, provider, placeholder, emotional outlet, where she comes and cries on your shoulder about this guy she's having sex with who's not treating her right. You don't want to be that either. You don't want to be an emotional provider. See, when a woman does this to me, I realize she's not sexually attracted to me. She just sees me as a shoulder to cry on. She's the one who's going to come to me to cry on about that guy and how this guy she's having sex with doesn't treat her right, or blah blah blah, or or whether he's seeing some other girl, and I'm like, I'm done. Like, I literally will walk up in the middle of that shit and be gone. And of course, the worst one, he's my friend or friend. Dude, if a woman labels you as a friend, trust me, you're the guy she uses. You're the guy who gives her support. You do things for her, might even give her money, and you get nothing in return. Except maybe a pat on the head, maybe a side hug. See, another 4-letter word. Fuck that. See, guys, you're learning. See, in this situation, she gets support, she gets validation, she gets comfort, and you get drained. You literally get exhausted. She takes up your time, she takes up your energy, and you're probably the one paying the bill when you guys go out to lunch. Don't do that. I fucking don't do this. Guys, I'm telling you, when you take my course, Crack the Female Code, and you have something that they want, this is what's going to happen. They're going to offer to pay for lunch. They're going to offer to make you dinner. I am telling you, when you learn how to trigger her mating system and give her emotionally fulfilling experiences, all of a sudden the tables turn and she wants to do things for you. Suddenly the games go out the fucking window. I want more power. Do you guys see why just telling you all these red flags, it's kind of a waste of time, because it's kind of like, yeah, well, if she does this, don't do that. If she treats you this way, if she calls you a friend, blah, blah, blah. It just means you're powerless, and it's not going to fucking change anything. That's why all these people give you these tips and tricks and red flags and all this bullshit. It does nothing. What you want is to have something that she wants more than life itself, and I am not fucking kidding. If you don't have this power... You're another fucking fish in the sea, man. That's all you are to her. You are one of the guys on her fucking roster. That's all you are. And none of these guys is important to her, because she's trying to get that guy over there who won't even fucking talk to her. Oh god, I can hear it now. One of you logical dudes is, so what you're saying is ignore her, right, Mike? No, that's not what I'm fucking saying. One of the challenges to try to get you to understand what this stuff is, it's fucking gold, is your mating system isn't wired in the way hers is. So I say it in the videos all the time, and it goes right, I'm telling you, it goes right over your fucking head. Emotional fulfillment. Yeah, it doesn't do nothing for you, it does it. But to her, it does. Okay, the problem is, I said it to you. Now, if a woman heard it, she's like, oh yeah, that. It's like, okay, it's like, I hate to use this kind of metaphor example, but it's like cocaine to someone who loves fucking cocaine. When you have that, they're going to be your best fucking friend. Trust me, they're going to do a lot of things for you because they want what you have. That's what I'm fucking teaching. Here comes Mr. Logical Point from point A to point B, guys. So what you're saying is, tell her emotional fulfillment. No, I'm telling you to learn how to do it. And you're like, do what? See, that's the thing. It's so funny. It's kind of like if I told you, okay, think of this. So if I said, taught a woman, like, hey, give him a blowjob, he'll like that. You'll understand what that means because you're a guy and you know what that feels like, and it feels fucking great. But emotional fulfillment, you're like, what the fuck is that? Because you're not wired for that. The best thing you can do right now is buy my book, Crack the Female Code. Read the fucking book. It's going to blow your fucking mind. You're going to get a lot more details, descriptions, scientific studies, explanations, like everything. You're going to get techniques, NLP techniques, rapport skills, all kinds of stuff. Number 4, soon. Soon sounds like interest, but it's not. It's her way of keeping you waiting for a future that never happens. Like, oh, we'll do that soon. I'll text you soon. I'll call you soon. We'll get together soon. Soon never comes. So what this does, it's kind of the whole psychology thing, like the gambling thing. I'm not going to go into that right now. This video is too long. But it keeps you like hoping for the future, like you're going to get a reward in the future, whereas right now in the present time, you're getting neglected, and that's what you're ignoring, and that's what's going to gnaw at your fucking gut. And this is where you realize, hey, you've got to walk away. Because, okay, the minute I said gnaw at your gut, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you've been waiting for someone soon, we're going to one day, it's going to happen, you know. And it's always kind of pushed down the road as you get to that day. It's like never happens. Your gut starts to get tight. It starts to fucking hurt. And then next thing you know, you're screaming at her like, fuck you, you fucking bitch. And she's like, yep, that guy's beneath me. And she moves on. What you need to do is pull yourself out of the situation. Okay, right there. Do you see why I don't like these tips and tricks and shit that people... See, this is not a typical video. I'm making this video because these are the videos that you guys are responding to on other YouTube sites. They basically say, well, if she does this, walk away. She does this, don't call her back. She does this, ignore her. She does this, forget about it. It's like, so what are you going to do? Be a fucking monk? You're going to go celibate for the rest of your life? I mean, see, this is the thing. Like, all these videos end with saying, if she does this, don't do that. And like, well, then I'm going to be home alone. Like, and my thing is like, fuck that. Here's how you get laid. Here's how you turn a woman on. Here's how you give her what she wants. So powerful. It's as powerful as cocaine is to a cocaine head. You know, like you see, if you don't have this one thing, you don't have any fucking power. And that's what I've been trying to fucking tell you. Teaching you red flags, it's just basically saying, yeah, just walk away. And you're left empty-handed, and now you're left with you and Pamela having a good time at night. If you don't know who Pamela is, maybe you should figure it out. Alright, that's it for this video, guys. We're going to move on. This went way too long. Okay, you know about my sales and discounts. Return to Power is the code for 40% off. That's it for the video. Go ahead and leave a message, comment. Go ahead and subscribe. Click the like button. And if you want, you can make a donation to this channel. If you guys aren't going to do anything, make a donation. I would really appreciate that. There's a PayPal link right there in the description box. All right, guys. Merry Christmas, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye. You know, I want to say something. Hopefully, you're still with me. This video kind of made me negative because it's just focusing on negative shit, and it doesn't get you what you want in the first place. This is why. But here's the thing: you guys aren't responding to positive videos, and over the years, men don't. We need to talk about negative shit, Mike. Why? You're just going to get more of it. Let's turn this ship around and go to heaven. You guys are going the wrong way.